Well, it says I'm live. I guess nobody else. I don't know how to get on to the other deal. Mm, that'll blow your mind. Let me turn some things off around here. Okay, that'll do that. Come on. Okay. What else does it say? Okay, let me see here. I hope it didn't go bye bye. Here we go. Not now. Well, I don't need that. Not now. Get it up here so I can read it. Chat master will be flagging in your chat if you are not monetized. Why? Excuse me, not now. Let me see what else I can do. Apparently, there's nobody in the side chat. They don't know where I'm at. Okay, what I got over here, gonna read all this. It's a lot different than what it used to be. Pop up chat, tag, whatever. Turn that off. Well, good afternoon. Let's see what this is. Microphone. End of chat. Okay. I guess it's working. 1 minute and 49 seconds into the chat. Okay, is anybody out there? Radio Free Europe here. I have been working on my ambulance in this heat. And what I've done, I went and bought me a 7,000 BTU air conditioner, the portable kind that stands up, not the window unit, the portable kind. I have a window unit in the very back. It's a 5,000 BTUs. Well, the one that I'm going to stand up between the seats is a 7,000. It takes 800 watts to run it. Uh, I got a dog that's barking. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm gonna have to let that dog out. She ain't going to get no peace and quiet. So hang with me. I'll be right back. I want to put this on a table anyway. And let's see what else is going on. Okay. Sort of simple. All right, hang on. I got to put up this on the table. I'm going to lay it on the floor. You get to see my ceiling. Picking it up. Maybe that's halfway where I want it. Come on, I'll let you go. Well, I don't sitting down like this. It was turned out to be too hot out there working, so I decided that let me get this out of your way. That better? Who knows? Sorry about the glare. Maybe it'll go around the other way. That ain't gonna do it either. Oh well. Learn to live with it, Lucky. I've been 5 minutes and 50 some odd seconds. But anyway, I guess it's changed a lot since I've used it. Sort of simple then nowadays. You just plop it in there. A long time ago, you used to have to do this, do that, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. Now it's a lot easier. And I still don't know if somebody's watching me out there. I hope they are. But anyway, I got that portable air conditioner that I'm putting in the ambulance. I had bought it and I thought I was going to use it in the bus. Never did. But now they say it does. All you need a place to is to vent it. So I don't know. I'm working on it. So I'll figure it out. It ain't going to take me that long. But I'm thinking about rolling. Excuse me, smacking my lips on candy. What is 700? Well, hello, everybody. Let's see who that is. Nikki. Well, hi, Nikki. I'm trying to run this air conditioner off solar. And then if it won't run off solar, it could run off of the generator, the alternator in the car, in the ambulance. And then if I wanted it to run, I've got a generator. It's only going to pull 800 watts. So, like I said, I'm trying to figure out its best potential here. I've uploaded a video, and it should be coming up pretty soon on my cell phone. I think the last time it said it, but I had X amount of time to watch. Let's see here. 64 minutes, about halfway done. But me and the pups, I want it to be cool when we're going down the road. The onboard air conditioner is just, I've already had it worked on 2 or 3 times. I probably got $1,000 in it, and still it is not doing anything. I mean, it'll blow, the compressor good. It leaks out Freon. Well, it's got great big massive coils because it is an ambulance inside and out. And rather to do that, I thought I'd buy this $300 portable air conditioner. And I've got all the other stuff. I've got converters. I got charge controllers. I've got solar panels. I've got exterior things. But I've got 10 onboard batteries. If I do that, all I want to be is cool when I'm going down the road with the pups. The other part, when I get there in camp, I plug up the big air conditioner in the back. My son says, well, why don't you just run the back one, the 5,000 watt? It actually pulls more. It's a window unit. It actually pulls more wattage than that portable unit. And the portable unit is actually 7,000 BTUs. So I'm actually working on that. Other than that, I made some homemade wine. I've been bored doing odds and end things. But now I got 4 people watching. No thumbs up. Oh, well, nobody going to give me a thumbs up. Who in the world knows what it is? That's what I'm doing, and I'm just killing time till fall so I can go back camping when I don't need an air conditioner, other than the one to sleep at night. And I bought 2 little water units, the square that you set on a picnic table, let it blow right on you, or set it on the dog's playpen and let it blow on in the playpen with them. Thank you for the thumbs up. I mean, it's going to be around 100 degrees. Well, my puppies are spoiled, and I'm not going to go out there and even try to have fun. Now, let's see who else said. I have to raise up to see. Thank you for the hello. I'm wondering if I could. I'm afraid to mess with it too much. I don't know how this one works, so I'm a bit on the phone and see if I haven't subbed these people. If I have subbed them, But usually I sub people that watches my programs. One of these days I'll get to 1,000 people. Probably not no time soon. A friend of mine says my computer shows sorry video, uh, and I take very bad videos. So I don't edit much. I mean, I'm 86 years old. Why? I'm just showing you the antics that an old person gets themselves into because they ain't got nothing else to do. Well, there's Dave. Well, hi, everybody over there. I'll be glad when my cell phone gets ready. I'm sitting here in the house. The front unit's blowing air, and I got a central heat and air front and back. And I just turned on the front unit. Excuse me. Not too long ago, because I wasn't getting hot. My daughter says, "Well, Dad, the front part of the house is hot." So you know how that goes. But like I said, I'm doing odds and ends is basically what I'm doing. And I say, oh, that's already charged. Okay, I bought this little unit. I'll show you some things I bought. I bought this here, and what it does, it's got two speakers, one on each side. This is poor video, no wonder. And you plug this little MP3 player or whatever you want to put in it, and you turn it on, and you can set it on your table. It runs off of it's got a battery for the MP3 on the inside, but it's got two AA batteries on the back. And I thought that was cute. And then I got my doggy bag here. Okay, it's another headset I bought. This is just to listen to stuff. Okay, and then I bought, this is what I run. It's a GPS. Get it all out of here. Sorry about all the crap here. Here's a GPS that it's magnetic. And I run this one on the dash here. And then I run this one on the dash. And it's not magnetic, it's got on a ball. Now these are the three that I run in the ambulance. They're all Garmin. And then here's the third one. It's a little bit older rig. But these I put on the dash of my Garmin on the ambulance. And I got Thompson or Tommy or whatever for the ambulance. I got a 2 or 3 and a Garmin and some other ones. And then my pickup. But these go in GPS from the ambulance. And then I plug them into these. This plugs into my solar. And it gives me 3 options. And you can turn them on, each one of them on separately. This one, it just plugs in my cigarette lighter. It's got an extra double deal on it. But that's basically what I get my GPS and my directions from. And then, excuse me, my phone does the same thing. It gives me GPS. So I am about ready to go camping. That's all I can tell you, people. It's just 7,000 BTU air conditioner. Okay. But I'm just trying to figure out a way to stay really cool. And I, on now the when rig is a diesel, it's a 90 ambulance, Econoline ambulance, and I mean it's great to camp out of. In the spring and in the fall, I don't stay very much in the ambulance, but now I know it's going to get hot around 2 o'clock to about 5 o'clock. And I thought, well, that would be a great time. Just turn on the air conditioners, crawl up in the van, and me and the pups, and take a nap until it cooled off that evening. After I eat my lunch, take a nap, and that way you could have a nap by the heat of the day, and you still keep cool. Because 5,000 and 7,000 would be 12,000 BTUs for like a van. That should keep that van nice and cool. And I don't want my pups suffering. And then that they can go back out in their playpen with their little water cooler thing blowing on them, and I can sit around the picnic table or in my little recliner thing at Cheers or whatever, and have my little water cooler blowing on me. And then they've got I take them in their stroller, or I'll take them on my scooter. I got a deal where I just set them in a box and let them ride, or they can run alongside. But most generally they ride, or he rides with me. He sits right up beside me in the chair. He ain't going nowhere. And uh, like I said, has anybody got anything or a subject they want me to talk about besides what I've been up to? But I made some homemade wine. I made white grapes and cherry. I made grape wine, and I made strawberry and watermelon wine. And that's what I'm doing. I mean, just basically piddling inside this house. I went and bought me a new pressure cooker. I thought, well, maybe I'll have to pressure cook some of the fruits or whatever. But then I decided, well, why not just buy the fruit juice 100% made? It's 100% fruit juice. And now the recipe that I got off of Pawpaw, and you can look his channel up, it's Pawpaw, and he says, go get you a container. Maybe it's a 2 liter, 1 liter, liter and a half, 2 liter container, about the size of a 2 liter pop. Pull out, take out 2 cups of the fluid, the liquid, the juice, and make sure they're 100% fruit juice now. And then put it in a cup to a cup and a half of sugar, depending on how sweet you like it. If you don't like it that sweet, pull back a little bit on the sugar. Okay, and it'll make a drier wine. Okay, and he said that the wine he's been making is 16 to 22% wine, alcohol. Well, I thought, well, uh, let me go over the recipe again. Pour out the jug of that you container 2 cups of juice. Add back in a cup to a cup and a half of sugar, and he says a fourth to a half a teaspoon of yeast. Now on the other ones I did real good. I put a little over a fourth of a teaspoon of yeast in each one of them. Loosen the caps so they can breathe, up and down. And but on the grape wine, it didn't make a. Well, I always shake everything up and then just set it there. Well, it didn't foam up or look like it was activating. So here, dumb me, I put another quarter of a teaspoon, so that makes about a half a teaspoon of yeast. And when I had the lid a little bit too tight, and it went, looked like looked like one of the volcanoes that you make for your kids for baking soda. So I had to clean up that mess. But like I said, get out there, do things that you normally wouldn't do, or just experience life. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I've got all this fishing equipment. I've got 2 RVs, a big one and a little one. And I'm thinking, you know, uh, might as well get out there and do something. You know what I'm saying? But you can't have enough fun to get out there and do something. Let me see what he wrote here. I guess that's a Hallmark tents or something like that. Well, tent lice is all right, but you got to remember if you don't really buy a tent for an air conditioner, it's going to sweat. It's going to be like it's raining in there because it's going to draw so much condensation. Tents are great. Uh, I usually used to use them a long time ago, but I don't really, like I said, I haven't used tents in years. But I would want me a good canvas tent, not so much of a nylon tent. I'd want a good canvas tent, one that you could use winter and summer. One that you could put a pipe in it, because they used to have the old asbestos during the military time that had an asbestos ring, and they put the pipe up through it and had a heater in it. Now my ambulance has got an old fashioned cook stove, like a fireplace cook stove in it. I vent it out the window. But I am really working on something that's basically I want something small. I can get in the back wood areas. I'm more of a bug out person than I am a camper person. But everybody said bug they looking doomsday and aliens coming. No, I'm looking for 6 to 8 weeks of the power's out because a tornado came through. I don't want to suffer and change my lifestyle a bit. I want to be where like we had it here in Crescent, Oklahoma. That's where I live. Uh, last about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe it's been longer than that, about 5 years ago or six. But anyway, the power went out for 6 weeks. It was out. There was no stores open. There was no nothing. You could drive 20 miles, 25 miles to get your produce, this, that, and the other. But all the high lines were blown out. They were blown down. Your transformer station was demolished. And it said that it was going to be 6 to 8 weeks. It was almost 8 weeks, like in about 3 days being 8 weeks. So I had a big diesel generator. I hooked everything up. I had my garage. I have an unattached garage. And people that lived in the neighborhood, they would bring over their freezer or their small refrigerator because it was hard. I mean, it was hard to buy generators. They went poof because everybody in Oklahoma, that was that May 3rd tornado, was buying up these generators. Well, I already had mine in use. So basically, I just let everybody park. They said, uh, Mr. Slauson, they said, don't worry about filling it up with diesel. Don't worry about that. We'll keep that big tank full. And they were really nice people. They'd bring in that 5 gallons of diesel and they pour it in the overhead tank, and it was gravity fed and everything. And but I didn't have to worry about it. They was so glad, and I just left the garage open. Nobody stole anybody else's food or anything like that. It was sort of like on an honest basis. They came in through the side door, got their stuff, turned out the light. I didn't care. I had lights. A lot of people were using candles for that 6 to 8 weeks. Sometimes it made it hard on them. But I thought, well, I've got to run the generator or anything. It was like a 10,000 watt or something. It was one of them big diesel jobs, 20,000 watts, something like that. But anyway, more than I needed. And I thought, well, it's going to run anyway. So why not just let anybody that could get the extra power off of it go ahead and use it? I mean, try to be nice to your neighbors, and sometimes they'll be nice to you. Sometimes they're not. You don't bank on stuff like that, but that's how it works. But now I'm just wanting something really. I want everything to come out of Walmart, Harbor Freight, stores that you can go along. Sam's. Uh, hello, my world at OKC. Now that's somebody you need to sub to. She does her own little log and from things from. Oh, I'm doing fine. I thought I'd put this video up. Sorry about raising up, might make you dizzy, but I can't see it from here anyway. I'm trying to get me a scrapbook working. I've been buying stuff and I'm watching these people's channels and getting ideas. And that's the main thing. I mean, it's just I could probably get it in there, strip everything out of this 90 ambulance, put new coils in, all this stuff. It cost me $3,000, $4,000, and I'm thinking, why? I mean, I only use it 3 months out of the year. I could buy a $300 unit, which I did, and I already had the back easy, but I wanted something when I drove down the road it was cooler. Hi, everybody. This is 73, I guess. It's that little light, little bitty tiny writing. I can't hardly see them. But if you're going to go camping, you got an overhead air conditioner. And I had one on the bus till I took them down. Told them I don't want no more of them because they said, "Oh, we'll get into that 6 to 8 weeks." Well, I'm camping. I don't want 6 to 8. You've ruined my summer. You've ruined my spring. I mean, you've ruined my fall. Or I mean, you've ruined that year of camping. I'm 86 years old, for God's sakes. I don't want to waste a year and wait on an air conditioner. I want to pull up to Harbor Freight, Walmart, Costco's, or whatever, go in and get it, put it where that other one's at, set the old one in the basket, say they can figure out how to junk it, whatever. Or somebody usually come along and picks it up, or take it around back and throw it in their dumpster, or whatever. That's Kelly. Hi, everybody. But that's what you got to do. You got to improvise sometimes. There's a lot of words for it. I call it Mickey Do. Just uh, figure out something. You don't have to. I don't care what it looks like to other people. A lot of people do. Oh, I got to have the. I bought a big old school, like it was a Greyhound bus, what it was, and I had everything in it. Man, it was the end of everything. That's before they had the big buses like they got nowadays at conversions. Uh, but the only thing bad about it is you had 4 or 5 blocks to walk. You had to walk back 4 or 5 blocks to everything you passed. Uh, so if you wanted to see it, and you're thinking, well, no, I want something that's I can whip into the parking lot, pull in one car parking space, unload my scooter or my wheelchair, whichever one I'm going to decide to take, go fishing or whatever. See, I'll take my little trailer and hook it to my scooter and put all my fishing gear in it, take my pups, put them in their carriers, and then I go where I'm fishing and I attach their leads to their carrier and I put out food and water. So, we make a day of it. But if you're going to be stuck beside the road uh, or something like that for something minor, now I always carry extra clamps, extra fluids, tar patching kit, air compressor. I mean, I care. I'm overkilling it, and I got AAA. Come get me within 3 hours. Take me to a shop. But a lot of people don't realize that your time is valuable to you. Now, if you got a lot of time, you're in your 20s, 30s, and even 40s. Yeah, you can. I'll just do it next year, or I'll do it in the fall, or I'll wait a couple of weeks and do it. Well, that's just like you get all hooked up to go to the lake with your boat and this, that, and the other, and your motor's something wrong with it, don't run. Well, paddling a speedboat is not going to be too much fun out there. So you want everything to go when you're ready, not when it wants to run. I'm going to read some of these comments. Oh, my little dog had got sick, and I found out it was frontline poison that I put on him. Oh, it's cool in this house right now, but it ain't so miserable out there in that Ambulance either. It was 80 degrees. Well, but still, I want it cold. Uh, and but that's what I'm getting at. It's get your stuff ready. When you go out there, you want to relax and have fun. You don't want to get out there and start working on something. Now, I'm not you. I mean, I've heard people, well, van builds and they live in a van and this, that, and the other. Well, a lot of them will work on their vehicles in Walmart parking lots or their campsite and stuff like that. No, I've got a big shop, and I can put a semi in it. It was an old oil field mechanic shop, so they pulled semis in there and worked on them. I'm just not going to go And hi, everybody over there. I'm just not going to go and spend my time working. Now, if it's an emergency, I can do some minor stuff, this, that, and the other. But I want to spend my time enjoying my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you should do at any age. Uh, you buy these things to either camp with, bug out with, or all this little fancy gadgets and all this other stuff, and they're for to enjoy, to have fun with, and but just like I said, you don't have to overkill anything. When I was a kid, I left home at 10 years old, so that'll tell you. I had to make you do a lot of things to survive, but I'm like I said, I've got that project going. I got my wine going. Uh, Now I'm gonna tell you something. The doctors, I used to have to buy them little gel tablets for had wine in them, or the enzyme that wine has in them for to make you healthy. So I decided, well, I'd buy wine. Well, I'd buy. The only thing I liked was a blackberry wine that just didn't taste. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And berries, it has that amino acids and stuff in it, grapes, this type stuff. So I decided, well, I thought it's that simple. I think I can make some wine. So that's what I'm doing now. I went to Papa's channel, and he's hilarious. Everybody look him up. But he said he gave me a recipe for wine, and it was you buy. Whoa! I think we had an earthquake, uh, a little one, but we had something. Uh, but you buy good fruit juice instead of making it yourself, and then take 2 cups of the juice out, to a cup and a half of sugar, a quarter of a teaspoon of yeast, shake it up, loosen the cap, set it on the table, and 2 months, voila, you got wine. So, and I cook with it. And what really wanted me to make some, I've got some beautiful antique decanters. I mean, for all kinds of. And I thought, well, that'd be nice for them to set there on the display with real actual alcohol in them. So that's what I planned on doing. I sit here messing with my phone all day long. As soon as this is up, maybe I can. Let's see what I got here. I'll go to my channel so I could read them on the side without having to raise up and make everybody dizzy. Okay, I got to go to my channel. What do I do here? I got to go to YouTube first. Oh, did you hear about Social Security? Medicare will be insolvent in not in 2028, I believe it was, and the the Social Security check, I guess, will be insolvent in 2034. And they're already making cutbacks on disability people or people with that ain't in the proper age group to get that. So you never know. I'm turning that down. Oh, come on, you crazy phone. So there are a lot of people. I'm reading everybody. I think people should put more of these afternoon chats on, or this, that, and the other. Uh, I like to. I looked around. There wasn't much that I wanted to listen to, or they had a bunch of drama. And I don't need drama. I don't need anything to upset me. But here I can go over here and and check out some of these channels, like this Angel channel. I don't think go to the channel. Okay, let's check their videos out. This is what I do. It's how I get my subs. Well, she's an interesting lady. I thought, well, she makes I like the people that makes videos. Now, I'll be honest with you, they don't make a video. Uh, I don't sub them because if they don't make a video, I'm thinking, well, what's the use of subbing if they don't want to make a video? That's me. I guess that's just me. So I subbed her. Let's go to this John Deere, see what he is. He's got 10 subs, but he don't have no video up. He's got some downloads or uploads where he's uploaded some other stuff, but I like where they got, the whole scale across here. So I don't know. I have to think about that one. But let me go find another one. Here's a Kelly or Kathy, 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 excuse me. Uh, 485 subs. I go to video. She's got one she done 6 months ago. I wished I had one they do every week. But see, that's a possibility. They have a lot of people in here. Here's one. Check that one out. 991. Check the videos out. A lot of videos. Yeah. I don't think nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of videos. So I'm that one, the sub. This is how you get. I already had her sub, see, but I need the notification. Sometimes I forget to hit that bell. Now, really, people, you need to remember to hit that bell because if you just sub them, don't hit the bell, you won't be notified, won't be able to see the deal. And if you try on the cell phone, if you try to sub them the bell later, sometimes it won't let you. You have to unsub them, sub them back, and then hit the bell. I'm learning this YouTube crap, but that's where you got to be. Okay, here's another one. Let's see what Larry's up to. I've already had him sub, but I didn't have the bell. Okay, I got the bell. You have to bear with old people. They don't really know how to work a lot of this stuff like a lot of young people. Okay, John Deere tractor. Go to John Deere tractor. I'm going to sub him. Hit the bell. There he got a sub. Thank you for telling me because I like to watch videos. I don't watch much television. It's all drama or spy and suspense and all that stuff. And I like to find because I watch it now. I'll turn my uh, playlist on to everybody I got, and it'll just snap down from one to the other till I watch them all. Some of them I don't have a chance to comment. I'm either exercising or I even set them in my computer in the bathroom, set it on the washing machine, and just let it play while I take a shower. And I can hear what they say, and sometimes it's interesting. I'll peek out and look. I've run more computers that way though. Humidity kills them. I didn't. I found that out too. Just laugh. That's all you got to do. I got 4 or 5 laptops around here already, but I'm having a good time. Uh, I thought, well, if they quit Social Security in 2034, it'll make me 103. I really won't care. That's what I'm thinking. We've been having earthquakes, mild ones, and volcanoes everywhere. But people ain't keeping their eye on Yellowstone. It had a little bit of a flare up about, I don't know, less than a month ago. And now we got one, 2 or 3 places, blowing up and doing things. But like I said, I try to keep everybody that I watches me or I watch their videos. If they say hi to me or whatever, I sub them. And then that's how you. And I ain't saying that people can sub me back or something, but it's nice. Just I just started this since it was so easy to put it on to go live. I thought, well, that's pretty easy. Used to be a lot of things you go live. Now I don't know where this is goes live for. If this is called Top Chat. Let's see if I go to. Now let me change it over here. It'd be easier to live chat. That's what everybody tells me now. You go to live chat. Well, what am I going to do here? Well, I went to live chat on the. Well, it ain't gonna make me. It's still on Top Chat on the screen, but I went to live chat on my phone. They say you don't read all the emails if you don't go to live chat. So I did that. I'm doing what they tell me to do nowadays. Yep, I got him. That's that fishing guy. And when you find good ones, uh, some of them get so disgusted, and this honest God truth, they'll get disgusted because the trolls and this, that, and the other, and they make a few videos, and their videos are great, but they usually give up. Like, well, I ain't listening, I ain't putting up that stuff. Well, I don't blame them. But I've been on this thing, I don't know, 6, 7 years, 8 years, somewhere. I don't know. You'd have to check it. I turned down, took channels up, put channels down, but I've been messing with it probably for quite a while. But like I said, I don't give up. I just let them go. I'll let them do their thing. Uh, but I don't try to get around people in a lot of problems. I don't monetize. I thought about it once. I've got a granddaughter that I love dearly, and she's trying to go through college. And I thought, well, I could, if I monetized or whatever, if it ever went bigger than 1,000 viewers or whatever, 1,000 subs, and it would help her. Um, Her daddy don't do crap for her. Her mother's working herself to death trying to take care of her, and kids could use a little bit of extra money here, or there, and yonder. And my old age, I'm pretty well set with where I'm at. But it's something to think about. Now, I don't think I would put up a Patreon. I mean, that would be a lot of work. I don't think I'd put up a PayPal. I mean, I really, I got enough job around here to get myself into inventions and crap. And my videos ain't all that good anyway. I don't know why. One guy says you make horrible videos, and he's a friend of mine. I said, "Well, I really do." He said, "Watch my channel, and I'll show you how to make edit and all kinds of stuff." Now he'll shoot 30 hours of video and then slim it all down to 7 to 10 minutes, under 10 minutes. I said, "Do you know how?" I said, "That's a lot of work." Where am I at? I'm in Crescent, Oklahoma. That's where I'm at. And I've been here for quite a few years. Um, but it don't matter where you live. It's sort of the middle. Since I'm a prepper, I'm sort of got access to run going north, south, east, and west. I'm sort of like in the middle of the United States. I guess that's why they call it Sooners. And but my prepping's like, oh, I've got some iodine pills in case of a nuclear blast. I mean, I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got radiation suits. I used to work for the EPA, and a lot of times they discontinue stuff. I just snatched on to it. I got thermal blankets, uh, and then what radiation does, it attacks that thyroid. It really tears that thyroid up. And if you're me, I ain't got no thyroid because I had cancer of the throat and it took that out. But young people like your little kids and stuff, you want them to live a long time and with not health problems, get out of the blast stuff, so on and so forth. But what I'm looking for is my power went out. Okay, it's going to be the tornadoes hit, tore up half of Oklahoma more and such and this that, and everybody's having 4 to 6 to 8 weeks of no power, no unit. And a lot of people live in the country. I've got a well. I've got three sources of water: an electric well, a lake I live at, and then I've also got what they call rural water. It comes through the city piping or the rural water piping. And but like I said, our rural water went out, and of course I bought bottled water, but I did start to drink and cook with. But I started up the well, turned in the well, and I transferred the line over to take showers and such, and so on and so forth. See, that's something you got to think about. I mean, okay, my house is total electric. Well, I had to have the big generator, my hot water tank and such. Well, I gave you a sub too. Uh, But I said most of these people are already on here. I think there's not none I have missed. Yep, I haven't missed any. Yep. Wait a minute. There's one there I might have missed. Nope, subbed her. And that's what it is. A lot of people need a few subs. And hey, feel friendly if you like their channel, like their content. I usually sub them. If they show up on my stuff, I sub them. And then if sometimes they don't make a video or nothing like that, of course, it don't hurt you to have them sub because they never come up there to watch. But I like to watch people's stuff. I don't care if it's. I watch my world in OKC, and she does arts and crafts. Well, hey, if I get bored, I'll do what's wrong with arts and crafts. I made some wine. Probably won't drink it, but I made it anyway. Uh, I like camping, hiking. I like all kinds of stuff. I like the homesteads, preppers, survivalists. Yeah. I mean, you widen your aspect of whatever you like. I mean, you might. I've learned some real simple little things from people you would not even imagined. You know what I'm saying? Like Faraday cage from a housewife that she lived in Minnesota or somewhere. She made it out of a armory box, and she took out that rubber seal and put aluminum foil back for the seal, and made sure all of her p's and q's were dotted. And she went inside insulation. She did a real good job. But like I said, get out there and do things. I worked for the EPA for 47 years. Uh, I had two or three businesses. I had a housing remodeling company and painting company and all kinds of stuff. And then I got my doctorate in microbiology. And then, like I said, I needed insurance. You can go in three or four business, but when insurance started going sky high, I decided, well, I'll go work for the government. And that helped for years till my wife passed away. And now I thought about this is what my crazy mind gets me into. I thought, you know what? I'm healthy and it's too hot to do this and it's too cold in the winter to do that. I thought I went to Walmart. This woman I know, Stephanie. She said, "Well, fill out for Walmart." And she said, "I said, well, I don't work in the spring and I don't work in the fall." And I'd be a Walmart greeter, and they pay over $11 an hour for just start out as Walmart greeter. Really? I said, how can you can sit on your wheelchair or your scooter and just once in a while you put some small items back on a shelf or whatever. But $11 an hour for a Walmart greeter is not a bad if you're bored. It's like me, I'm bored or I wouldn't have this up here. But that's what you do is you get bored, just get out there and do something. You might as well make a few bucks. I thought about working at Walmart for 3 to 5 years, and then I could buy me a what I call an RV. These here are bug out vehicles. They're not even RVs. Hey, there's NCV Dan man. I said to him, he's pretty good. I like watching his stuff. And you got to watch again too. A lot of your subs that you subbed, YouTube will knock them off. Because I thought I had him subbed, and YouTube has knocked him off. Because I guess they'll only let you sub so many people a day. I found that out too. I think I did 300 in one day, and they didn't like it. They had a fit. I said I watched their stuff. But he had video 2 weeks ago. See, I've been missing a lot of his stuff because I thought he was subbed, and apparently he wasn't. Well, and I don't. I mean, I have so many. I mean, I recognize them when they come up. Oh, I'm subbed to the other channel. Well, I'm subbed to this one now. Yeah, that's too. Some people got two or three channels, and but I like to sub them all. There ain't no raw law say you can't sub them, and I watch a lot of them. I mean, I'll turn that thing on my computer, and I got me a smart TV. I bought me a smart TV, and I turn phone on, and it'll play down my list of people I sub to every day that they got videos up, and I just sit here and watch them. I watch them on my smart TV and my smartphone, which gives me something to do. You never know nowadays. I haven't even had breakfast in here. It is 1:40 in the afternoon. But I don't really eat breakfast. I have at them the sweet things that you need eat them. But I usually don't eat breakfast till about 2:30, and then I eat a light salad for supper. Now I eat a pretty good breakfast though. I eat pretty good, and a lot of it is the breads and stuff like that. Well, this box got a box right here. But no, nowadays I don't know what the world's going to do. It's sure changed, and my birthday be 87 years. It's sure changed since in 87 years. And if we have that much changes in the next 87 years, people won't drive cars. They won't work for a living. They'll be doing something else. We'll have the what is that? Artificial intelligence. The what do they call them? The robots doing it all, but they got a name for all them. Artificial intelligence doing everything for us. And since our money ain't banked on our gold supply anymore, we can just print as much as we want, I guess. It ain't money, though. Look at that poor woman that killed herself. They claim she killed herself. She made handbags. She sold her company for millions or billions. I don't know what it was. And she had like everything going for her. She wasn't that old, but she ended up, life had got so bad that she thought and she killed herself, like Robin Williams and a bunch of people. Keep your mind active, keep your mind interested in doing things. And if it falls apart, like uh, something that you tried, your hobby or whatever, like this air conditioning, a friend of mine says, well, I put too much air conditioning in the front. It's liable to frost over the windows where you can't see. Well, if it does, I learned my lesson. What is some of these? What are you guys into on this panel? You got any projects coming ahead? Yeah, that's right. Money. It just shows you that money don't buy happiness. I told my wife one time, I want to live my life with you, but it is really not my job to make you happy. You got to have your own interests, your own hobbies, your own desires, and pursue them. For it, you make your own self happy. Now I can share your happiness with you, but I can't make you happy. That's what a lot of people say. Well, they try to make their mate happy, and that ain't the way it is. Their mate has to have enough interest, desires, and passions and things that she enjoys or he enjoys to make themselves happy. And you don't have to share it with them. You know, how many women like to go out there and and hide behind duck blinds and shoot ducks in the freezing weather? No, not very many. And how many men wants to go to a Tupperware party? Not very many. And I don't care if it don't mean anything either way. It don't make them a guy or him a woman. It's just different interests. Some men like to cook. I like to cook. Some women like to hunt. You know. I always thought that anybody, male or female, could do anything any other person could, even if not even so much strength, because they would figure out a way to go work around the strength other than giving children or having children. That's be about the only thing that I think Wouldn't want to go too much out of your way to produce that. I've been throwing Tupperware parties. Hey, that works. I go into stainless steel bowls myself. Them glass ones or plastic ones, I set them too close to the campfire, look down there, and that thing's a little pile of mush. I'm like, what happened to my Tupperware bowl or my plastic bowl with the lid on it? Uh-oh, I set it on the rocks around the campfire, and it did go back out there, and it just fell apart. Some stainless steel. I'm into that stainless steel that don't fall apart. But who knows nowadays? What else have I been up to? God, I've been up to so much stuff. Me and my son, my friend of mine said, well, you should tape some of that crazy annex stuff that you get yourself in. To like, I go camping, and I said, I'm camping, and then that's it. Well, a lot of times when I'm doing stuff like that, that's my time. I'm not. A lot of people want to make a living off of it or monetize and all that other stuff, which is great. I mean, I have nothing wrong with monetization or anything like that. I even thought about doing it if I ever get enough people, but I don't think I could make a living off YouTube. I just don't think that would work too good. I don't think if I put up a GoFundMe, they start laughing. If I put up a Patreon, I wouldn't keep up with enough stuff. They have to show them secret stuff and all that other stuff, or some kind of club stuff. Well, I wouldn't be good at that either. Tupperware being we're afraid of being toxic. Well, there's a lot of things out there that's toxic. I think you're going to die of something. It's just a matter of time and what it is. There's people even died of a broken heart. They actually clinically said that's what happened to them. I bet you never see this again. I got 5 people watching and 5 thumbs up. Hey, I'm doing great. It's an even score. Yeah, I like to run a thrift store. As much as I buy, it would be fun. Put used stuff in it. But usually I collect stuff. I ain't too much one about selling stuff. I wouldn't have 400 pairs of shoes if I sold any. Gave some away about a year and a half ago. Then turned around and bought that many of them back. My kids are supposed to give all that away when I die. Here's a little chicken. I'm going to go see what that one is. Well, she's got some stuff up there. I'll give her a sub and a notification. How about that? Yep. It's just, what do you want out of life? I mean, I've done a lot of things in my 86 years and still don't figure out what I want out of life. I think what your wants and needs and what you get changes just like you change your shirt. So what you wanted when you was in 20 ain't what I want when I'm 80. I figure that out too. I'm glad to see you too. Yeah, I think I do remember too. Uh, but like I said, get out there, do things. I mean, failure even if it fails, and that's only a percentage of stuff, it still learns you that you'll learn by your failures. Next time you try something, it's going to work. Even making money. There's a lot of jobs out there that you could do from home or travel or whatever that would still make you money. Uh, I used to etch glass years ago, and I buy me 8 by 10 pieces of glass, buy them little old cheap frames. Now, back when I did it, you could buy the glass and the frame around 10 cents to 15 cents. And you could get $5 after you etched a little pair of booties in the bottom, and you'd get $5 out of it, and you could put the baby's name in it, like if it was John or Melissa or whatever. You'd put their name in a ribbon and put it in there, etch it in there, and I could get five. And then I moved up to $25 of a glass. Now it's just plain old 8 by 10 glass. And like I said, I did that for years at flea markets and stuff, and carnival fairs and stuff like that. And it we used to get $5. Well, back in them days when the thing cost a dime, $5 was wow, that was a good wage and good price. But people would buy it, put their wedding picture in. They're just buying the glass. The frame is just to hold the glass till you get home. Later on I bought better frames, like silver plated frames, this, that, and other, and done that stuff. They'd went to a photographer and had an 8 by 10 or 5 by 7 or something like that, and then they could put that in there. But there's always a way to make a little bit of money. You always, well, like I said, make a little bit of money and go on with your life. And I don't think, see, me and my wife one time, we worked 7 years, had two jobs for 7 years. That's 16-hour work days for 7 long years, trying to put kids through college, this, that, and the other. Well, like I said, there's nothing wrong with hard work, but for them 7 years, we didn't, I put notes on the refrigerator to tell the kids what to do, or they'd put notes on the refrigerator saying we're out of milk. That ain't no way to live either. Nah, we made a lot of money. We put our kids through college and done, we was constantly working, and you can't do that either. You got to sort of figure out your time, your place, your energy, the whole 9 yards. Uh, well, I'm glad you're gonna make some more videos. I like to watch people's videos, see what they're doing, and sometimes I don't make comments. Usually it's in a suggestion form, or I say, I like the video. But a lot of times I watch so many of them that I guess I can be like the rest of them people, just put a heart on the end of it. They read it, but some of them people, they got so many, they just go down the list and put a heart on each one of them. They never read them. I found that in YouTube too. I think YouTube's for any age group, but I think it's more for the young people, 40 and under. I'm just like, hell, I'll be up pretty soon. I'll be 100 years old on one of them Stuckers jars, jelly jars. They put people, hey, there's Tess. Yeah. She's a traveler. Oh, the Medicare news. Well, what they said on Channel 5 here in Oklahoma, they came on for just a brief minute or two, and they said by the year 2028 there'll be no more Medicare. You'll have to have private insurance or something of that effect, and there won't be no more Medicare. and Medicaid will be a thing of the past them too. So you can't just switch from Medicare federal to Medicaid state. You'll just have to get private insurance. Okay, that's by the year 2028, and then Social Security itself will be insolvent by the year 2034. There will be no more Social Security checks issued. But they say, well, before all that happens, they're going to take everybody that's on disability Social Security that's under the age of 65 or six, if they're supposed to be 67 or 72. But if they're under them age groups, they'll have to figure out some other way to make money. And that's what they said. I don't know how in the hell a quadriplegic laying in a damn hospital bed or a nursing home is going to figure out how to make some damn money. I mean, that'd be a little rough on him. You know, I guess he could be a mime or something. Hell, I don't know. But they said that they're going to start with this year, and the years in the near future, cutting people off if they're not at the proper age group. In other words, some people got on disability Social Security at 30 years old. Well, they're going to figure out there's something they can do at 30 years old. So it ain't me saying this stuff; it's the damn television saying it. I just started laughing because by the year 2034, I'll be 103. I could care less if they give me a check or not. If I could remember, do I get a check? And I'll be 90 something or so in 2028, so I ain't worried about it either way. A friend of mine says, boy, I'm glad I'm old. The ones on Medicare, what they're going to do if you're under the, let's say you're under the your age group should have retired in the age of 67. If you're under that group, you will have to find some kind of means of employment. Now, if you're already 67, 68 years old, you'll stay right on it till you die. You're sort of like grandfathered in. But if you're under the age, let's say you're 40 years old and you're on disability, Social Security, and Medicare, you're going to have to find something, or somebody, a relative's going to have to take care of you or something. That's what, according to what they said. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't even care. I mean, like I said, stocks and bonds, I put money in it. I bought companies. Social Security is a percentage of my income, but not all my income, even if they discontinue it. But I think they should be more fair just because they should, instead of letting the AI do it, they should let individual, because some people, they're screwed up at any age. They won't be able to work at any age. But they're saying, well, if a person like me at 86 can go back and be a Walmart greeter 3 or 4 hours a day or whatever, that's an income. Well, if a person's 30-year-old, they could do the same thing. And then they got after, they was talking about food stamps. Well, they're going to make everybody that gets food stamps go to farmers markets or the National Food Bank to get food, not issue them a card that they can go to like Walmart's or Homeland or any other thing. You see what I'm saying? They're just trying to restructure. That's all I can figure they're trying to do. You know, but they're going to hurt a lot of people. And like my daughter says, she probably says the same thing you do. She says they ain't gonna be there when I get old enough to draw it. She said, there ain't gonna be no Social Security, there ain't gonna be no Medicare, there's not gonna be nothing. And she might be right. With universal basic income. Well, Martha, I don't know. I mean, Canada's got maybe they're going to give us free medical, like Canada or England or whatever. Maybe they're going to have socialized medicine, I call it. You know, Maybe they're going to do socialized medicine. I don't know. I was just listening to that crazy. To me, I think it'd be great if you had socialized medicine. But I think, and that's good for people that's disabled and people that's healthy. They should pay and keep our healthy workers working. A lot of people, well, I can't go get my teeth fixed. I can't afford it. Well, that pulls down their health. I mean, it should, hey, if you're sick, we'll fix you up. And now you can spend 40 hours working. I don't know what they're going to do. They do some crazy things nowadays. Excuse me. I like that my videos are pointing you. I love that part. That's all I do. I don't edit. A friend of mine says, "Well, you make better videos if you edit." Well, I don't want to spend 4 to 6 hours editing 30 hours worth of film to a 15-minute video. I mean, I want to have fun. I mean, I'm not going to turn this thing into a business. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do. And I use it for a pastime, social interaction. There's nothing here during the day. Like I said, here in a few minutes, probably I'll it'll run around the 2:30 mark, and I'll shut it down and go cook me my lunch, my breakfast, lunch, and get that out of the way. I think I'll start a load of towels, just odds and end things. Just keep myself busy as much and long as possible, and have fun with it. I turn on the radio, dance a while across the floor, wiping cabinets down or dusting or whatever. That's the way I get my exercise. I'll get on the treadmill or I'll get on the stationary bicycle. But if you're doing stuff that you got to do normally, you really don't pay that much attention to it till you sit down and say, "Oh, my hips hurt." Yeah. Mm. But I usually get up and get on the bicycle, take my morning medicine, get on the bicycle, pedal while I'm watching videos. Martha's excellent when it comes to computers and editing and stuff like that. She knows her way around the keyboard. I'll put it that way. I guess that's what I'd call it. And she's got probably the time and the energy and the youth to do it with. Yes, they're all real and raw. Let me tell you. I just put it on there. Uh, it's just like at my age, if you've not made your living at my age, think about this. Now, I'm not 30, I'm not 40, and I'm not 50. I'm in the 80 bracket, soon be 90 bracket. If I can figure out a way to where I'm taken care of one way or the other, my only option would be is to go into a nursing home. I think they give them $50 a month. I'm not sure, 50 or $20 a month for their personal use, and the rest of the money, properties, and everything else goes to I guess, the owner of the nursing home or the state or whatever you call it. But if you ain't got anything and you're having a hard time getting 3 square meals a day and heating and electric, just go into a nursing home and be done with it. I mean, that would be my option. Uh, you know that'd be a good job. Power director for Windows, that'd be great. Only power director I'd be is the window in the house. Do I raise it or shut it? Open it or shut it? But even at my age, I get out and enjoy what I got. One of these days, I'm gonna wake up. I won't be able to do anything, and then that would be I will think over my option. My daughter says, "Dad, you're never going to go in the nursing home. They have a facility where you drop off the elderly person at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you pick them up at 6 o'clock that afternoon. So there's 12 hours. They will feed them lunch, feed them breakfast to lunch, bathe them, and you come by and pick them up. It's like a daycare center for old people. And I wouldn't mind that. I mean, if I got where I needed assistance bathing myself or feeding myself or whatever, it wouldn't be such a burden on uh, her. Because all she do is come in, feed me a supper or whatever. I've already been bathed and cleaned, and then I just go to bed and wake up the next morning at 6 o'clock. And old people they go to bed by 7, so she don't have to mess with me for an hour and maybe 30 minutes in the morning getting me dressed. And half of them they go in their bed clothes, which is their pajamas and stuff, and they dress them at the center. So who knows? We might have robots doing it. If they got a robot car to drive me to the doctor's office and in the clinic or wherever I got to go grocery shopping, a robot car, why not have a robot doctor or a robot nurse that's standing at home taking care of me? I need a drink of water. Goes in there and gives me a drink of water, or it has it on board. Hey, that would be a neat deal. Uh, they could feed you snacks or sandwiches or whatever, a pre-made meal uh, on board. A microwave or a preheated oven would make you a frozen dinner. You just had, and the unit could go back up, be like one of them little vacuum cleaners, back up in its station and recharge after it's made your meal. So, hey, that's something to think about. Because they got that little machine says, well, I don't have no arms. I can't go get your glass of water. What is that? Amazon or whatever. Amazon. There's another one on there. What is that other one? Yeah. Hey, that might be a good idea. Hmm. You could have like an easy bake oven in it. My robot's got an easy bake oven. It's sort of funny. It would be funny. My robot's got an easy bake oven. There's a lot of things that I could invent, people could invent, they don't even think about. You know, there a lot of technology. You better off to go untech, especially these people wants to go out and get back to nature and this, that, and the other. There has been a lot of inventions for when we didn't have electricity. How to separate everything, food, fruit, mashed potatoes, everything. I mean, everything was done mechanically. Well, a lot of these instruments, this, that, and the other, I'm sure the patents have wore off of them by now. You could probably scan the patent, find out there's no patent on it because it's already expired. I think you can only have keep a patent. I want to say 50 years, but I'm not sure. I think it's 50 years. Could be 20 years. Excuse me. Martha might know that. How long can you keep a patent on something? I don't know before it expires. But there's all kinds of things that you could, you get out there and redone. It's just like the guy invented the paperclip, just bend a few pieces of wire around and you got something to hold paper together. The stapler. I mean, it don't have to be a real big invention. It's just got to be something like a hairpin that people use. I looked at a few and they were all for Windows. I've got Windows 10. I had a Windows 7. I still got it, but there's something wrong with it. And then I got uh, 3. Oh, I still do got a Windows 7. Yes, I do. But then I got that's my big desk model is a Windows 7. And then I got what is that? Linux. I got 3 different versions of Linux. And then I got 3 or 4 different I got 2 Windows 10, and I don't like that Windows 8.5 crap very much. Yeah. Oh, I liked Windows 7 because I learned how to, it ain't that it was any better or any worse. Just learned how to use it. Now I'm learning how to use Windows 10. Yeah. Has anybody out there got this problem? I turn on my computer's Windows 10. It's a pretty new computer, and I can hear the audio, but the video I can't see. It's black. But I can go to my cell phone and get the audio and the video. And I've had the computer checked. It's not the computer. They say it's something to do with YouTube. Or it'll just stand there and cycle over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, round, 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 round. And they say that's you a problem with YouTube. So I don't know. Windows 7 is a good unit, though. I tell you what else I buy. I buy them terabytes, 2 and 3 terabyte external units. You plug them in and download all your crap on it. They're external drives. I guess that's what they call them. Because I found out the least stuff you keep on your home computer, the better off you are. Now, my desk model, not so much. I leave a lot of stuff on it. What else was I going to say about the computers? It was something. Oh, I store a lot of stuff like my prepping stuff, this, that, and the other, water purification, how to take out an appendix, all that kind of stuff. I found out if you store it on a CD, EMP blast won't get. If you store it on a hard drive or a computer like that, and it ain't in a Faraday cage, you could lose your information. Now, them gamer laptops are good. You talk about a powerful laptop. Uh, a friend of mine had a gaming uh, a laptop, and I believe it was cooled, like a radiator of some sort, or fluid cooled. Don't give me the line, but that's what I think he said. So who knows? That curtain behind me is brown, and it shows a blue. The one on the side is a green. It's showing a green. The one behind me showing a blue. Must be the outside sun shining in it or something. Weird. Purple, okay. It's sure not purple. It's brown. It's dirt brown. Dirt brown. Yeah, it's dirty brown. That's what I'd call it. Brown. Must be the light shining through it. It's too bad that they can't make uh, a complete something machine that takes care of TV, cell phone, all the things like the computer does on a real small unit. You know what I'm saying? Real small. Well, Martha, didn't you put a don't you have a fluid drive home table model? Real high dollar one had lights and all that. Get you had it shown one time a few years ago. There was another friend of mine that she built them. She put all kinds of fancy stuff in them and turn them around, plug them in. Well, I've got the bottom of the low class machines. That's what, even if I buy it brand new, it's not that fancy of a machine. I still like to keep the ones that's got the CDs in it. Now, there's some of your newer laptops they don't have a CD in them. You can't put a CD in them. Well, I want the CD because I know that EMP blast won't hurt them unless they're right there in the blast zone. You know, atomic bomb hits it, but an EMP won't hurt a CD. That's why you're better off to have a CD player or something like that, or EMP3 player or something like that. Play your CDs back. That I wouldn't doubt. Computer stuff costs you is really really high, expensive stuff. You'd have to be really into it and really know what you're doing to want to buy all the heavy, all the high dollar stuff. It's like a friend of mine. He's buying real high dollar cameras. We're talking 1,500 to $3,000 cameras. He's buying $1,000 photo lenses to hook onto them and stuff. Well, I really ain't that good to be spending that kind of money. He likes to buy me the yard. I bought my Windows 7 from a guy that was the head coach of uh, OSU, and he knew me, and he let me have it for $25. It was a Windows 7. Of course, he took everything out of it, and I kept that thing for years till the screen fell off the back of it. So you'd be surprised what you can find at a garage sale. It's just what you're going to use it for. That's the problem. If you're going to be on one like forever or do a lot of business work on it, then you need to get a good one. If you're going to mess around like me, I think you could probably pick one up out of the trash because I don't use it that much. I usually buy them at Walmart or something like or a computer shop, and I'll pay $300 to $400 for one, and that's about it. I think I did buy one for over 500 once, but I usually don't. I usually keep it down. And then I bought a lot of stuff at a computer shop. The guy was having a hard winter, and I'll talk about software. So I went over there about every 2 weeks and bought a laptop. And they ranged from $100 to $300, and I would try to get him through the winter. He was refurbishing older laptops, blah blah blah. And I bought some other things, some cords off of him, all kinds of little odds and end things, and 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 so the winter was over. He did real good in the summer. The next fall, he went out of business. I mean, I don't. He well, he really didn't go out of business. What he went into, his he started a. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. Yes. Now, is this Lucky Sauce we're talking about? Oh no, that's my okay. Well, okay. The number is 45-269-4004. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Well, the phone call wasn't for me. It was for. I hated to interrupt you, people. Let me see what I got here. I'll be right back. Mm, okay, that ain't gonna work. Okay. Well, like I said, I use them Linux a lot, but I usually actually just use this old HP. It's probably got the worst camera of any camera there. Well, I had trouble. But you could hear their barking. But they're doing better. Hang on. Well, they're doing pretty good right now. Oreo is my oldest dog. He's doing real good. Baby, she's doing pretty good. I had trouble with the pups. One of them with frontline dog stuff. But I gave him a bath and Dawn dishwashing soap, and he's fine now. I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna give him any more treats. I found that out. I gotta shut up, Oreo. Oreo, hush! He's underneath his blanket, barking about everybody else because I keep getting up. He thinks he rules this house. He probably does. But I found out that I'm just going to shampoo him and flea and tick shampoo, and that's going to be it for a while because I'm not going to give them any more poisons on their back, front line, or anything. And because I mean, that scared me to death about that pup. And then let's see, I'm not going to give them no more treats because I want to cook their treats. And I'm thinking about even cooking their dog food. I buy them a real good dog food, and but I might still cook their treats. Like cook a roast or whatever, or a steak or whatever, cut it up in little small pieces. Because I found out this treat stuff that I bought. Let's see, wheat flavoring, soy food. It's all junk, sugar. I mean, it's not worth a snot. And if I'm paying $5 to $6 to $7, $8 a package for something, I'd rather buy a $20 steak or something like that, or a $20 roast, and cook it, you know, and then cut it up in small bite size, put it in baggies, freeze, uh, freeze it, and then take out a bag a day, let it thaw, and then feed it to them as a treat. I mean, it'd be a little extra work, but hey, I ain't gonna worry about them starving to death. See, I don't have a Chihuahua or a mini pin, which the pups are half Chihuahua and half mini. They don't just eat till they fall over like a hound dog. They don't. They're real careful what they eat. Well, yeah, I mean, why not go natural? I get up there and cook all these fancy meals or whatever for myself or my kids, and to me, well, uh, it doesn't hurt to One woman said, "Well, hamburger, rice, and sweet potato mix," and she had a recipe for that. I'm really interested in these recipes. Excuse me, moving the microphone. Uh, for these pets, they've got to be better dog food than uh, back when we were kids. They wasn't dog food. There was no place to buy dog food. There was no such thing as dog food. They fed dogs from the table or scraps, basically. I mean, that went on for hundreds of years. I mean, or millions of years or whatever. Since caveman, they didn't cook a special diet for the dog or run down to their local cave and buy a bag of dog food. You know what I'm saying? Modern man has got lazy about, oh, I'll pick them up some, what is that one? Gravy Train or whatever the other ones, whatever they are. And, uh, and that's what we ended up doing. We're feeding our dogs junk and we're eating junk. Like, oh, I'll just pick up some burritos and throw them in there, or junk food. That's what we're feeding our dog is junk food, and we're eating junk food. That's right. You know your own pets better than anything. I uh, I found out from my vet that I liked before he retired. Uh, he said the she was one of the pups wouldn't eat right. He was a little bitty thing, and I had to help her out. And I think I bought puppy chow. I think it was like a good puppy chow. I think it was puppy chow for pups. And I cut it with milk and water, the milk and water 50%, and made it to a real thin solution. Then I thickened it up as they got older and fed them through a spoon. They didn't suck the bottle worth of snot, but I dip up that liquid and feed it through a spoon. They got real fast, growed real quick. Yeah, these lucky whoppers are. You know what is in these things? It blow your mind. Uh, this is now listen to me. Sugar, corn syrup. Let's see. Uh, pasteurized, homogenized milk. Uh, let's see. Canola oil. All kinds of oils. Corn oil, syrup, chocolate, and barley, wheat flours, milk, salt, baking soda. Then it gets a bunch of them names that if you can't pronounce it, or if it takes 7 syllables in one, forget it. Uh, uh, activate. It's just all toxic bull crap, and I still eat them. I got better sense. I, I, but I don't eat that many during the day. They're just something to nibble on. I should make me something to nibble on, like grapes and stuff like that. I used to eat berries like blackberries, raspberries, grapes, stuff like that to nibble on. But that stuff's terrible for you. But I come to the conclusion, well, I don't know what's wrong this year. You're better off is hmm, well, what's wrong this year? There it is, whatever it was. I'm better off eating these treats: wheat flour, soy bean flour, water, glutamate beef. In other words, it's just basically the blood off of beef, whole corn, syrup, cheddar cheese, bacon. Oh, it's got bacon in it. Corn syrup, natural smoked flavor, bone meal, salt, salt, and the rest of that shit's coloring, basically. That's what it is. I'm gonna give you one. I need to get rid of this bag. You guys better live it up because this is the last you're ever gonna get. You have to sit. There's a good boy. Sit, sit. Baby, come here. Come here, baby. Oh, I gotta give Ori one. Come here, Or. Come here, Ori. They all move to the side when he comes by. Sit, sit. That's enough. I just give him one little tiny piece. I sure don't want him sick again. That's, big boy's got where he barks at lady. The lady's probably wanting a treat. No, she's laying down in there. That's another thing. I don't leave them dogs out, but maybe 20 minutes, 25 at the tops. Rather than 15, 20 minutes is where I leave them. Because this weather's just too hot for let them go out there and just, stay out there in that heat. And then I've seen idiots chain them to a damn fence or under a shade tree, if they have a shade tree, and they've turned over their water. The food bowl's empty. They're out there in 100-degree weather in the boiling sun with a rotten down doghouse or a barrel turned sideways or something. We had one guy over here had a puppy mill. I don't know, it's been 10, 15 miles from us. And he finally went out of business. People kept complaining. He had dogs chained he raised pit bulls, I think is what he raised. But he had them chained to a 55-gallon plastic barrel, and that's the only shelter they had summer, winter, spring, or fall. I thought to myself, that ain't no way to raise anything. We even had water coolers in the barns when we had hogs, because hog can't stand that kind of heat. But you know how that goes. People don't care anymore. I ain't no lie, but them treats are better than I'll tell you honestly, these treats are better than these mothballs. Can't believe the crap that's in this stuff. The first ingredient's usually the main ingredient. That's sugar. That's where they get you. And they shouldn't put any sugar in dog food at all. Because I'm going to tell you something about processed sugar in dog food. At least it's quite a ways down. Well, it's about the fourth ingredient, water, whole grain syrup, whole grain, and then sugar. But sugar ain't good for any kind of beast unless it's natural sugar. It'd be like out of peaches or natural fruit juices, fruit sugars. But that processed sugar ain't good for nobody. At least that's what my diabetes says. Yeah, they're real bad. All them are real bad for you. I'm here going to have to shut down pretty soon because I've got to eat my lunch, breakfast, and everything else. And that's why I'm nibbling on them. I'm getting hungry, so I'll eat 4 or 5 of them here and 4 or 5 of them there, and pretty soon, by the time you eat a handful of them, you're sick at your stomach and you don't want to eat instead of eating something good for you. Well, I might do this quite often. I've had a lovely, lovely crew and a lovely people that's came to sit on the sidelines. Really nice people. I've been on an hour and 48 minutes and some odd seconds. So, like I said, I might stay on here. I think I might just stay on here 2 hours and then call it a day. But since it was so easy to set up and everything else, uh, uh, I'm thinking about doing it all the time. I'm going to sub this person. Come on, see. I'm subbing this person that just popped up. And I'm lighting the bell up and checking the videos out. She got a lot of videos on a lot of different things. Yep, that's what you need. I like to watch. I'll go back and watch a lot of these. See, sometimes I go to the person's list and I punch them in, and it'll play that video. Then it'll go through the ad and play the next video, and I can just let it play on television. And I can get up there and pause it on my smart TV, and I've watched maybe 25 or 30 of their videos because they're not very long, and yeah, all kinds of stuff. Find out about them. There's nice people that way. And if they sub me back, that's nice. If they don't sub me back, oh well, that was probably nice too. I- Here's another one. I've already subbed them. I got so many of them I sub, I can't remember them all. So I go check and see if I've subbed them yet. Yeah, Irene is a good person. I like her. I've never met really hateful people. There ain't no sense in even dealing with hateful people. Well, I mean, I know a lot of things happen in life and makes you sort of like, you don't, you just got the, I don't like things or I don't like people or whatever, because there are a lot of things happen to people. But, but I try to, I always try to get along with everybody. And you don't know what they're going through in their life because I'll be honest with you, you're not in their shoes. And you might have experienced something similar to that, and maybe you did do better than they did, but you're not them, and no two things are exactly alike. But that's the way I look at things. I mean, we got enough things just staying our head above water in the old world nowadays because everything changes. Now they claim they're out of money for this and out of money for that and this, that, and other, but they can go spend. I hate about this government get griping. And maybe they do need a new fleet of fighter jets, 150 of them at $1 billion a piece or something. I mean, I'm not running this government. I don't know what they need, but I'm not going to. I mean, there's other things too. It's just like the poor, the very poor and stuff, they seem to be overlooked. Sometimes they'll do more for the homeless, which is really on the bottom of the totem pole, than they will do for somebody that's trying to get it together and struggle and live through it. To me, I'd rather see somebody be picked up and maybe they'll do better. Why wait till they fall plumb down in the bottom pit and got a home to live in, ain't got a vehicle, ain't got nothing. They're sleeping on a cardboard box when they come to you along that saying, well, my job fell through. I really need another kind of job, this, that, and other. Because if you get so far down, you've not even got the mental capacity to stay on a job or do a job because you've been beaten down that low. So I don't know. I'm not running the government. I'm sure running a lot different. That's all I tell you. I'd run it so much different to be unreal. Uh, uh, Things pop up over here on the side. Mainly people put up their video and it covers up all my screen. No, I don't know. Like I said, see if you see. And then you got a percentage of 10 to 20% of the workers footing the whole bill. I don't understand that either. I mean, if you only got 20 to 30% of your workforce, then they got the 3% that makes good money, but you got the 15 per 20% up to 30% of the, I saw the blue collar workers or what, they're footing the bill. The 3% of the one percenters, they ain't paying nothing anyway. But then you got 60, 70% of the people that you're just barely making it by. You know, I don't know. Like I said, keep everybody informed and on top of things. To me, I've raised my kids. I'm in later years of life. And the only thing I got to worry about is these two little red pups and their parents. My little service dog and then the little dog I rescued, which had two pups, which if they wouldn't have, that the vet knew what she was talking about. And by the way, I changed vets. I'm going to take him to that other vet, which he retired and his son's taking over. I'm hoping that's going to be better. because she couldn't even tell if that dog was been spaded or not. So make you think and wonder about that. I'm looking and see who else is going live. A bunch of them's going live. What in the world is that throwing stuff? John Deere, I call it John Deere. I'm gonna watch that since I'm up here. And a lot of people say, my kids went to school with guns hanging in their back windows. My sons did. And nobody thought about going and getting a gun out of one of them pickups. And there was probably 25 or 30 in the parking lot with the windows rolled down because of the heat and have one or two rifles in the back window. And nobody thought about going in there and shooting other kids in the school. I mean, what happened? What happened to this? What happened to all this stuff? I don't know what happened. I don't know did I lay it on my lap and something happened? No, that ain't it. Where am I? There it is. Oh, well, I apologize. Something happened to the phone. It was hidden by me. I just laid my phone down on my lap, and I guess it went crazy. Sorry about that. I appreciate Homesteader. I really apologize. Or Caroline, who Cotton, or whatever. I don't know. That's the only time I don't know. I didn't get a chance to read it, whatever it was. Maybe I can touch it and see what it does. I don't know. Maybe they'll come back. Who knows? Oh, well. But like I said, it's just hard enough for the average person to make a living, keep above water without and paying their credit card bills and buying good groceries, good food. I mean, it's just hard on people nowadays. It wasn't that hard. I mean, times were rough. Now, hard work, yes, but it wasn't that hard to feed yourself back in them days because we didn't have no electronics to buy. We didn't have none of that stuff to buy. So who knows? Yeah, they like I said, who knows nowadays? Well, I'm going to eat my supper here in a little bit, my lunch and my not my supper, but now I usually eat Jello, cottage cheese, or salad of some sort uh, for supper, something really light, and don't eat nothing past 7 o'clock. Mainly by 6 o'clock, I'm done eating. So I usually eat about 2, and then I eat again about 6. That's 4 more hours. But when I get up in the morning, I've got so many things to do. I usually don't eat a breakfast. I'll combine it with lunch, especially if I stay up late. I sleep late, so therefore I do that. And snacking is the world's worst. You know. Well, you guys, I'm tell you what, I'm gonna start putting it on a regular basis. Once or twice a week, I'm gonna have just a chat, and I appreciate everybody. Appreciate appreciate everybody that stopped by. I subbed a few onions that I hadn't subbed before. Uh, I really enjoyed the conversation. I'm going to learn how to invite people on the panel eventually. I think that's going to be pretty easy to do because I can do that on my phone. Sort of combine them. That way you can read the little bitty stuff and then combine what you want to talk about. And I want to watch this. I want to watch this person that John Deere just put up something. I'm going to watch his. And like I said, You guys have that great day. And remember, life is what you put into it. And good Lord willing, you get back what you do put into it, you know. But if you don't put nothing into it, you can't expect very much back. Oh, well, thank you. I sure will. I don't know how to do that, but I will check and see if I'll go to my settings and see that I didn't block anybody. I laid this phone down like this while it was still on the screen without doing this. I usually do that and it doesn't do anything. But I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go check that right away and make sure there's nobody blocked or anything else. And because I don't block anybody, that's stupid. I'll put them in timeout, but I won't block nobody. You guys have a nice one. And thank you guys for stopping by. Bye bye. Oh, we got to do that. Stop it down here. Stop video.